Comfort rarely looks like a mistake. It looks like relief, like stability, like having things under control. It feels earned, after years of effort, pressure, and uncertainty. So when comfort finally arrives, most people stop questioning it. They assume they've reached something solid. Comfort is sold as the reward. Work hard now. Endure the pressure. Delay what you want. And eventually, you'll be able to relax. Not forever. Just enough. Enough to breathe. Enough to feel safe. Enough to stop worrying. And for a while, it works. Life becomes predictable. Days follow a rhythm. Problems feel manageable. There's food in the fridge. Money coming in. Plans that make sense. Nothing is collapsing. That's when comfort feels justified. But comfort has a hidden cost. Not immediately. Not dramatically. It doesn't take anything away all at once. It takes something slowly. Comfort reduces friction, and friction is what creates movement. When life becomes too smooth, nothing pushes back. There's no urgency. No pressure to adapt. No reason to rethink direction. Everything works well enough. So people stop adjusting. At first, this feels like peace, but over time, peace turns into inertia. People keep the same routines, the same conversations, the same ambitions. Not because they chose them, but because changing them would feel uncomfortable. Comfort doesn't trap people by force. It traps them by convincing them that leaving would be irrational. Why risk stability for uncertainty? Why disrupt what functions? Why question something that hasn't failed? Comfort reframes caution as wisdom. And this is where the trap closes. Because comfort doesn't ask whether something is meaningful. It only asks whether it is tolerable. As long as life feels manageable, movement feels unnecessary. Most people don't stay in situations they love. They stay in situations that are easy to maintain. Jobs that no longer challenge them. Relationships that no longer grow. Lives that feel finished before they are. Not because they want to stay, but because leaving feels heavier than staying. Comfort slowly shifts priorities. Progress becomes less important than preservation. The question stops being, where is this going? And becomes, how do I keep this? That shift is subtle, but it changes everything. When comfort becomes the goal, growth becomes the threat. Anything that introduces instability feels dangerous. New ideas, new directions, new versions of the self. They all require friction. And friction is exactly what comfort removes. This is why comfort is so effective. It doesn't feel like stagnation, it feels like success. From the outside, life looks complete. From the inside, something feels quiet. Not broken. Not painful. Just flat. The system understands this well. Comfort keeps people participating. It keeps them predictable. It keeps them compliant. It keeps them busy, maintaining what they have. As long as people are comfortable enough, they don't push back. They don't question direction. They don't demand change. They adjust internally instead. Comfort creates stability for the system, but stagnation for the individual. And because comfort feels earned, People defend it, they justify it, they protect it, even when it starts to cost them time. Over time, comfort narrows possibility. Risk feels irresponsible. Change feels selfish. Ambition feels immature. People begin to associate movement with recklessness and staying still with adulthood. That's when comfort becomes dangerous. Not because it hurts, but because it numbs. It dulls curiosity. It weakens urgency. It replaces direction with routine. Life continues, but momentum disappears. Comfort doesn't fail people overnight. It succeeds at keeping them exactly where they are, and the longer they stay, the harder it feels to leave, because comfort increases the price of change every year. Eventually, people confuse peace with fulfillment. They mistake low resistance for meaning, and by the time they realize something is missing, they're deeply invested in maintaining what they have. Leaving would cost too much. Comfort is not evil, it has its place. But when comfort becomes the destination, movement becomes optional. And when movement becomes optional, growth becomes rare. The real trap isn't struggle. It's settling into a life that works well enough to never be questioned. Comfort doesn't ask you to stop. It just removes every reason to move.